Okay, Greg has asked for audio commentary. Let's see if you guys can hear it now. Okay. So all the teams are updated with all of their new stats. And new lineups, not new stats. And they've also got their home ground. So you can see here, Cheetah's home ground, Cougars home ground, Jaguars. I picked one ground in the nation, not necessarily of the city, in this one. So no changes to the statistics of players. So I'm just going to press triangle, which you see the bottom is square, which you see is going to simulate the entire tournament at one go. Well, actually it simulates each round at one go. So after round 1, Jaguars are leading. After round 2, Cheetahs are leading. Ganguly is the highest run scorer. Round 3. 4 teams on 6 points. Round 4. 3 teams on 9, Jaguars, Lions, Cheetahs. Lions have come up to the top, right at the bottom. Tigers are right at the bottom again. Round 5. Gokul is going to like this so far. Let's look at the batting and bowling. Mark Boucher in the top list. Saeed Anwar. Highest score so far, Rohit Sharma. Bowling, Muralitharan. Tini still doing well. Nathan Lyon. Let's check with the Merton guys after 7 games. Gopal, I wasn't prepping, I was actually doing that intentionally to show you guys that the lineups are now correct. You can look at the lineup in this round. I'm going to simulate round 6. Tigers haven't won a game, Jaguars have won 5 out of 6. Let's do round 7 and then let's see what happens after that. So round 7, Jaguars, Pumas, Cheetahs, Lions in the top 4. So pretty similar to yesterday, except that Lions have done a little better than yesterday. Actually, Lahore Leopards are quite low down, and Tigers won their first game, which is here. So let's look at Panthers versus Jaguars, and let's look at the bowling over here. Mitchell Starc, you can see, has taken 4 wickets. So he's begun bowling. 4 wickets in the first innings. Starc and nothing in the second innings. 0-4, 167. Continue. So let's look at the batting and bowling stats before we continue. Okay, runs. Gavaskar, Kohli, Smith, Gokul in the top 4 overall, which is good. Scroll down. Steve Waugh, man went well today. Callis, Sachin is quite low over here. Greg 600 runs. Jack 550. Sahir and Samir neck and neck. And then Allen just behind them. Where Rob and Tom are also neck and neck at 170, 160. And then bowling stats. Let's see how Starc is doing. Let's see bowling stats. Muralitharan at the top, Ashwin Kumble. Jadeja is doing well. Daryl Steyn, we could see a fast bowler there. Chaminda Vas, again, he'll be happy. He's probably the X factor this time. Mitchell Starc, one of the top 6 fast bowlers, top 4 fast bowlers. Dale Steyn, Vas, Dini and Stark, and Mohammad Amir. So looks like Rob was missing Stark yesterday. I don't know why I didn't give him a bowl. What about Tom? So Tom's right here 16 and Rob 15. And has Greg. Samir 11 wickets, which is good. Samir's bowling average of 42 is quite good. Alan 10 wickets, bowling average 64. Jack, these guys haven't bowled. So Greg also I guess has not. Greg has not bowled today. Have you lowered stats? No, I have not lowered any. I have not changed any stats. I have just changed the lineup. In fact, the lineup I changed yesterday. It just said it's coming into effect today. So let's simulate a few more games. Let's look at one of Greg's lineups as well, just to see that Greg's not bowling. So where's Greg? Pumas versus Cheetahs, 2 versus 3. So Greg had beaten Tom in this game. Greg scored a century. Should lower his stats. And a 50. Yeah. So Greg's not opening the bowling. I don't know if this means. No, I think that logic of this being ordered in the batting order is still true, because I think we've seen that everywhere. It's just that Greg was indeed opening the bowling last time, because you have your set. I think it's McGrath and Pat Cummins to open the bowling for Greg. Okay, let's simulate round 8. Simulate. Lions keep winning. Lions have beaten Cheetahs today. So Cheetahs are actually number 5, which is interesting. And Tigers have won their second game beating Jaguars. This is so interesting. I keep wanting to see the stats. Chandrapal 2 centuries. Chaminda Vas 6 wickets. Sakakara with 99 and 90 runs. Round 9. Cyrus lost this one. Jaguars just beat Pumas first versus second. So what would have happened had Greg won this game? Greg would have been on 21 and Gokul would have been on 19. I think it depends on who's won the first inning. Is it Greg? No. So Greg won the first inning. So Greg got 1 bonus point. So they would have been neck and neck, I think, had this gone the other way. So Greg had to chase 199 or 200 and he couldn't do it. Greg himself made 73, but that's it. Greg scored 200 runs in this game as well, so Greg's doing really well personally. A good game this one. First versus second. Cheetahs also just won, and so that they moved up to 4th, and Lions just lost, so Lions have dropped out of the top 4. Speaking of Lions, Labuschagne 310 not out. He's Rob Jordan's first choice player. Okay, round 10. Lions win, so they're back into the top 4. Cheetahs win by 2 wickets. Let's look at this game afterwards. Pumas win, so they're consolidated, and Tigers have won, so Tigers have moved up, and Jack's team is last. Sahil's team is moved up to 7th. Let's look at Cheetahs versus Jaguars. Yunus Khan 150. Richard Hadley. So Richard Hadley is the one who chased down the score of almost 500. Okay. Round 11. Let's look at the stats again. 197 not 200. Shut up, Gopal. Statistics. Batting stats. Is it still Gavaskar? Yeah, it's Gavaskar. Kohli's moved up to the top. Dravid. Greg is still top 5. Labuschagne is up now. Gokul. So Gokul 1100 and Greg 1230. And where's Jack? Jack was yesterday 0, right? Jack's 800. Highest score. Do we have more than one triple century? No, one triple century. And Rohit Sharma, I think this is the first or second game that he scored this. Labuschagne has one of the best batting averages so far. And then bowling, Muralidharan, Kumble, Ashwin, Warren, Vast remains in the top 5. It's quite tight. 47, 47, 45, 44. So it's quite tight at the top. Mitchell Stark's doing quite well. Bowling averages. You can see here Shane Warne 37, that's good. Intini, Saudi, Stark, Amir all high 30s and they'll stay in high 30s. Bumrah, okay, 35. James Anderson 37. Where's Tom? Okay, Tom 27 wickets, 45. And where's Rob? Rob 67 bowling average. And finally Allen 55 bowling average. Jacques Alice 73. Okay, I think we've done 10 rounds. Who's still watching? Is it Greg, Gopal, Rob and maybe Jack and Tom? Round 11. So Jaguars leading. Let's see what happens. Simulate all. Oh, Tigers have won by 2 wickets, but they stay in 7th. Lions have lost, but they remain in the top 4 despite that. Greg has lost to Rob again by 2 wickets, so very close. 2-3 games, all 4 games are really close actually. All 4 games are very, very, very close. Jaguars winning means that yeah, it's probably over for Jack and Gokul's running away with it. So let's look at this game. Greg beat Rob. Rob 6 wickets. Quinton de Kock, a century and a double century. Very close game, right? 553, 552. Chasing down 450. Okay, round 11. First versus third game over here. Let's simulate all of them. Gopal says Rob has a bowling average of 67. At least something is realistic. Okay, Lions have beaten the Jaguars, which is good because the top is still interesting. In fact, they've destroyed the Jaguars. Cougars have won, but they're still last. Panthers have crept into the top 4, I think, with this victory. And Greg remains firmly in the top 2. So let's look at this one. How did Lions win so comfortably? Who made the runs? Gavaskar, Bairstow, Gavaskar made the runs. Kapildev. Again, Kapildev is taking all their wickets. So who's their spinner? I think it's Kumble, right? Kumble is their spinner. Kumble 2 wickets. Maybe if some teams had 2 spinners, that would have been really deadly. I don't know which team has 2 good spinners. Apart from, I think it's is it Jack's team Colombo who has Muralidharan, Chris Gale, and Jayasuriya. 3 spinners. Okay, round 13. Simulate this. So we have a new leader at the top, and that is Greg, because Greg has beaten the Lions and Samir has beaten Gokul by 92 runs. Rob lost to Jack by 20 runs. So let's look at this one first. Greg beating Pumas, who made the runs? Steve Smith, Steve Waugh, Ponting, Smith, Vettori, 9 wickets. Okay. Let's look at this one. Panthers, Cougars, 20-run victory. Mitchell Starc, 5 wickets. Flintoff with a 3-wicket haul in the end. So Flintoff actually won it for them, right? Because the second innings he made a 165 not out, and he got 3 wickets, which meant that Cougars won. So it's a match-winning performance, man of the match Flintoff. Jack 85 and 68. And what happened here? How did Gokul lose to Samir? Babar Azam, Wasim Akram century. Wow. Low scoring second innings for both of them. Shoaib Akhtar 5 for 23. So Shoaib Akhtar won it for them in the end. Ashwin with 10 wickets in the game. And man of the match, Ashwin. Okay. So 13 rounds done. Let's look at the leaderboard. Mundi Zakuma, okay. So who's Jack's spinner then, besides Gale and Jayasuriya? So really it can only be Greg or Gokul who could win the tournament, and we don't have a last place person yet, and there are 3 people fighting for the top 4, which is Rob, Alan and Tom. Tom's losing his crown. And is it still Gavaskar? He's going to retain it, I guess. Gavaskar, almost 2,000 runs. Where's Greg? Greg's dropped out of the top, and you see Gokul just above him. At how much is it? 1440 each, right? 1440. 1420. So where's Jack? Jack's 150 runs behind him. Samir is just behind Jack. But Samir is ahead of Sachin Tendulkar, which is what matters. And bowling. Muralitharan, fine. Within line, come back up. Kumble, Ashwin, Vettori. 6 spinners. Saudi, Ross, Jadeja, Mitchell Starc, 50 wickets at 38, average of 38. So Saudi, Warren and Mitchell Starc, Neil Steyn have all done well, bowling perspective. And where's Rob and Tom and Alan? Tom, 43 bowling average, 37 wickets. Rob, 57 bowling average. Alan, 58 bowling average. Okay, last round. I don't think this really changed that much for Rob. He finished. He's not going to win either of them. He's going to finish near the top 4 in both rounds, both games. And Tigers have finished last as well. I guess the biggest difference was so far has been for Greg, because he hasn't been opening the bowling and he's left the shine on for the other bowlers. Let's simulate one by one. Last round. Let's do this one. Bottom of the league. Sahir needs a victory. Tigers. Otherwise he's last. So Tigers win, but he's still last because it seems like Jack got the bonus point. Is that true? Yeah. So Jack got the bonus point. First innings lead of 14 runs, which means Sahir is last. Chris Gale century, Jack Hilling century and 78. Sahir hasn't performed too much himself, right? With the ball or the bat, his rating is quite good. I think he has the highest rating among all modern players in the game, 83. He hasn't done much with either. Okay. What should we do next? next. This one, Lions versus Leopards. If Lions win this, they are top 4. They have not won this, so they have a chance to drop out of the top 4 depending on other results. Joe Root century, Samir Rana century. Maybe that means Samir can go ahead of Jack. No, maybe not. So 2 more games. Greg says, don't worry, Sahir will keep simulating until you finish 7th. I don't have much time, Greg, to watch WrestleMania tonight. So well, if Greg wins this, he's won. So let's simulate Jaguars versus Panthers. So what happens here? If Gokul wins, then he goes to 29 points. But if Rob wins, then Rob goes to 3rd. But the Cheetahs could also win. So anything can happen in this one actually. All the 4th place is still up for grabs as is 1st. So simulate this game. Okay, so we have a winner, that means. So Gokul has lost, which means Greg has won the tournament. Well done, Greg. And this also means that Rob finishes in the top 4. Tom has a chance of finishing in the top 4 if he beats Greg, but let's get there. Let's see what happens here. Panthers won by 5 wickets. Mitchell Stark 3 and Tini 3. Chaminda Vas has had a better tournament. In Williamson. Last game. We know Greg has won. Well done, Greg. But if Tom wins this, then he finishes 4th ahead of Alan. Let's simulate. Poor Alan. So Tom finishes 4th and Alan finishes 5th. Comfortable victory, right? 100 runs lead in both innings, pretty much. Nobody thrown 8 wickets. That probably means that he's the highest wicket taker. Okay, so this is the tournament results. Greg first, 28, then Gokul, then Rob. And number 4 is Tom. Number 5, Alan. Number 6, Samir. Number 7, Jack. And number 8 is Sahir. Sahir actually won 5 games, which is more than Jack managed to win. And Sahir actually drew a game, but probably Jack got 3. And Jack got 3 bonus points, which is like a victory of its own. And in the game that Sahir drew, he would have lost the bonus point. So Sahir's first innings performances have let him down. From a batting perspective, Gavaskar 2000. Yeah, the guys, the first 5 guys, 4 of them have batting stats above 90. Ganguly is 87, but he still made a large number of runs, so that's good for Sahir. He's the only Trinidadian player in here. More Brian Lara, Samakara won the last tournament from the runs perspective. I think someone had bet on Gavaskar yesterday, didn't they? So let's look at our guys. So Jack's here. Did we miss someone? Oh, yeah, they're all here actually. Jack 1472, Greg 1448. Greg, you can add Gokul again because you scored 5 runs more than Gokul. So well done, Greg. And where's Samir? Samir 1323. Samir is about 150, 100 runs behind the other guys. Greg is asking Gopal if Gopal is impressed yet, because Gopal's pre-tournament prediction was that he's not impressed with Greg's team. 2 triple centurions. Samir Rana triple century. We need to go find that game. We missed that. Samir scored a triple century. I think that's a highlight. Average is 49, Samir. And can we find a game? Samir, which team is Samir? Samir is the Leopards, right? Let's look for a game that the Leopards have won. Samir 100. Yeah, 300. Yeah, this one. So Samir versus Tom. Samir scored a triple century in the first inning. And they won just by 82 runs. Two for 38, 3 for 92. Where did the partnership come? 8th wicket. 8th wicket with Wasim Akram. Okay. And then finally let's look at the bowling stats. Is it Muralitharan? Yep, Muralitharan, easy victor. Lion behind him. At least Murali's finished ahead of Lion. Someone's finished ahead of Lion. Ashwin, Kumble, Daniel Vettori, Shane Warne. 6 spinners, and then Chaminda Vas. I don't think Greg Gokul cares though, because he's lost again. Mitchell Stark, bowling average of 38, very impressive. Single 5 wicket haul. How many 10 wickets in a match do we have? 5 people scored 10 wickets. Ashwin Jadeja, Utini, Vettori and Warne. So one fast bowler. From bowling perspective, Alan Donald bowling average of 61. Samir bowling average of 60, but that's a bit better than yesterday. I think yesterday was 78 or something. Jadeja 56. Jadeja was, I think, top 7 or 8 wicket takers, but he's averaging 56, as is Ashwin. I guess later we should see if the ground that they played in made a difference to the results. That's it. Let's look at best bowling in 8 wickets for Shane Warne. So that's it. Greg wins the tournament. Well done, Greg. Show final standings again. Show the final standings. Which number is bigger? Greg's asking Gokul, which number is bigger? 1448, which is the number of runs that Greg scored, or 1443, which is the number of runs that Gokul scored. So, final standings. Okay, I'm going to save the screenshot and then send this to you guys. But final standings again: Greg wins, Gokul second, Rob third, and then the top 4 is Tom, who just finished the top 4 right at the end, pushing Alan down.